World War II has created a lot of destruction, devastation, and loss of life, where the world have decided for preserving of peace, which had led to the formation of United Nations. Good evening, everyone. Today, my lecture topic is about the role of United Nations and its importance in today's era. This United Nations is an intergovernmental organization that has been established in the year 1945, and the main function of this United Nations is to protect the international peace and security. And this these are performed by different subgroups that has been formed under this United Nations. So talking about the functions of United Nations, this protects the international peace and security, where it prevents the conflicts or wars to occur. And if the parties are performing any sorts of conflicts, it resolves with the peace talks, and it also protect the human rights, and it does provide the humanitarian aid, like when we have seen during the COVID-19 pandemic time, the vaccines has been delivered to the different countries, and it also talks about the sustainable development of the countries all around the world, setting up the seven sustainable development goals, accomplishing them by the member nations and all the countries all around the world. And it also provides food, vaccine for the children, and healthcare for the women all across the globe. Holds the international law, and it also works on the prevention of climate, the basic climatic changes that's happening. It works in the meetings, and also it works on the water crisis all around the globe today. So if the functions are performed by the UN in a successful manner, why the wars have been seen since the establishment of the UN? Still, we have seen the wars, the conflicts that are raised all across the globe, like Korean War, the tensions in Syria, the Taliban's capturing the Afghanistan, the tensions in Iran and Iraq, and and also we have seen the recent one, that is the Russia Ukraine war, which has led to the war crime scenes, and also lots of damage infrastructure, and life damage in the both the countries today. So if the UN is performing, if UN's function is done properly, then why these sorts of war is seen all across the globe? So talking about them, uh, there sees that there needs to be the reforms to be brought in the United Nations Security Council, and also the reforms has to be made accordingly in order to maintain the peace and order, and the protection of the human rights, that as mentioned in the UN Charter. So what should be done? Strict sanctions has to be made, where these have to be followed by all the countries across the world, not only by the member states. And also they have to the United Nations organization has to adopt the culture of prevention. It has to be proactive instead of being reactive during the situations, and it also has to make the strategic partnership between the member states and work accordingly, where the burden has to be shared by the member nations, not only by the P5 countries which are having the veto power. And the flexibility and reforms in UNSC, and also keeping in the mind where the reforms has to be made in such a way that women also has to be taken into consideration, where because of this wars or conflicts, the major affected is the women and children, so they have to work on this perspective too. So concluding, I would like to say that the genuine meaning of global peace is the shared responsibilities and the volunteer cooperation between the countries, not only member countries but all the countries all around the world today. So then this is a theoretically practical and can be implemented. So concluding, I would like to say that the dictation is not the solution for the global peace, but The shared responsibility is the real meaning behind the accomplishment of the global peace today in today's era. Thank you.